Andrew and Tristan Tate's house was raided again, raising many questions about how this could happen. Shortly after their release, a captivating live stream discussion took place on X, Twitter, with Andrew Tate's manager. He shared some very interesting news and inside informations, which we are about to take a look at now.
Jump in there, brother. Knowing the Tates very well, they will never, ever, ever run on principle. There's a story, I mean, obviously, we all know about Tate's father, how much of a powerful personality he was. There's a story when Tate's father left the military. If he signed a certain document, he would have got a pension for life. But the document meant acknowledging that he had certain mental issues. Tate's father said, "My sanity is not for sale." And he refused to sign on that document, which then would have given a lifetime pension out of principle. Tates have told me that story many times with pride. They are incredibly principled men. Never in a million years will they run away from this, even if they know it's corrupt, because running away would mean, in terms of public perception, admitting that they were at fault or they had something to hide, but also it would mean backing down from a fight. That's not who these men are. Indeed, moving to Russia would be, the logical play if you were looking to run away, but they will never ever do that. I can say that with 100% confidence, completely not a thing. Sorry to interrupt, brother.
And I'll second that by saying that they've obviously taken the correct approach in fighting this, and they've proven to be successful. And there's nothing on them, so I don't see why not to continue fighting it, other than the relentless attacks, and regardless of any sort of legal norms that should be followed, they're not following it. But no, I mean, I agree. I think it's noble, and that's their values that they're standing on. But it's a crazy world we're living in.
We've already had our targets on our back because we support the Tates, and we were real vocal on that. Like, especially when they were locked up last year, I was really focused on like getting the story out. Jewel was like critical to that with like getting me info. We put it out to the masses and gave people updates, and it was a sucky time, but we were able to kind of navigate it and make sure that we put the correct narrative out there, because when you can't defend yourself and tell the truth about what's going on, people just go and run with any story, right? People aren't really interested in the truth if the lie is more entertaining and makes them more money. And we know that from Vice. Like, that Vice documentary started everything. They went there and started propagating a bunch of lies, and the mainstream media ran with it. Then we saw BBC, and my job when Andrew was locked up was to like make sure that we put the story out there, refute all the lies from BBC, from Vice, etc. And
Bro,
I'm glad they were able to do that.
How crazy is it that every single time they've been arrested, everyone, all these libs on social media, they're like, they're human traffickers, and they loverboy their wives. And then like 24 hours pass, or in the case of the first arrest, several months pass. They get freed, and then no evidence, no investigation proves anything, and then they're all silent again. It's like, how many times do we have to go through this bullshit?
That entire first case, the credibility was completely exposed, and then now they've got this other case. And I remember at that time, Jules, I don't know if it was you who told me, or maybe it was somebody else. So correct me if I'm wrong. But from like, I was at that time that there were a lot of people in Tate's lives, especially women, were approached for basically making accusations and offered, what was it, like $20,000, $30,000, stupid amounts of money. And obviously some people are going to bite in that situation. Well, is that your understanding, or have you heard about something very similar?
Yeah, that's correct, mate. There was a lot of it's interesting the way again, I didn't believe in the Matrix, but then seeing all of these things happening, the way the different media houses in a coordinated fashion, and I saw examples of the sort of feeler emails they sent out. Hey, if you've got anything to say, we know you have a history with Andrew. If you've got anything to say, and there can be money involved, la la la. Like, if these journalists were acting like investigators in terms of some sort of judicial process, then they themselves would have been criminals. Like, they're basically trying to facilitate creating a narrative, and they're prepared to pay for it. It was absolute nonsense. I just want to throw in much respect to you, Sol, and also to Moran. During those first dark days, there weren't many of us making real noise, and you guys went absolutely like super hard on making noise for the truth, and you've done so the whole time. So much respect and
I was there
gratitude
too.
for that.
I can back it. You guys were there early defending these guys.
Yeah, and just to add on what Jules was saying, basically, I heard, girls getting offered somewhere between $20,000 to $50,000, to come forward and make up some bogus story. And I'm pretty confident that the girls that went ahead and did those interviews on Vice, were definitely paid to be there as well. Like that one bitch that had the stupid story about the wine and the threesome, they definitely paid her.
The conversation left viewers with questions about the future plans and the broader implications of their experiences. What lies ahead for the Tate brothers? Well, we talk about it next time. And till then, have a safe day.